Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all well, and I just want to say thank you so much to every single one of you who watch my content, who support me in any way, shape or form. I appreciate you all so much. We just reached 1,000 subs or just over that, and I am so grateful. I appreciate you all so much. I can't tell you how much. It just means a lot to me, and I'm just glad that I can provide some content that at least some of you like. But the gameplay trailer for the season 8 of Apex called Mayhem just came out, and I'm just going to try and summarize it all up for you and go over everything basically. But there are quite a few things to go over, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. One of the main things that we've seen is Kings Canyon is basically being obliterated, and a lot of the map is now much more opened up, especially the northern side, so where Sun Lakes is all the way up until Artillery, or maybe even further out than that. There is some new areas that we can explore. So one of the new places is called Crash Site, and this is where Fuse's ship kind of hit the ground, I guess, because of Mags' sabotage and things. You can see most or half of the ship is sticking out of the ground, and then there's a few other areas where you can drop in loot as well. And because of this crash, it's caused some of the other areas in Kings Canyon to kind of change a bit too. So Artillery is one of them, and at the back of Artillery you used to be able to go inside the building and things, but now it's kind of split half in the middle, as well as some of the landscaping too. So now you can go straight through the back and behind it, so there's more places to loot and possibly have fights as well. To the left of Artillery there was a little tunnel, and this now has a gaping hole in it and kind of takes you to Crash Site. So this kind of seems like maybe it's towards containment, I think. But also Sun Lakes has had a huge facelift, I guess you could call it. It no longer looks like a slum, and there are a lot of buildings around, as well as a lot of water as well. I really like that they've added a lot of water, and the sky is actually more blue instead of having kind of evening setting. Kind of seems like more morning, maybe midday, but I like that it's all blue. It reminds me of how World's Edge used to look, and I liked that kind of atmosphere, I guess. The pit has also taken effect into this huge obliterating of Kings Canyon, and now there is sort of a little tower, I guess, that kind of overlooks everything. I think there may be a few of these possibly, but it just allows you to have a height advantage. And by Sun Lakes, or what used to be Sun Lakes, is now a little path that goes up to Runoff. A lot of people, I don't think, used to go to that area, but now you can see some hidden Leviathan bones, which I think are really cool, and it's a very nice scenic path, I guess, that you can take up to Runoff, and I think it looks so pretty, and I hope that they add more of these bones around the map too. It kind of has a more Jurassic feel, I think, and I like it a lot. Also, with these towers that were by pits that I mentioned earlier, they're actually called observation towers, and I believe that there are 4 of them that are found in an area called Echo Camps, and they've said that the observation towers are perches that can be raised to gain an overview of the surrounding area. They can only be raised once by interfering with its wall panel, but comes at the risk of revealing your position. The sound of the towers rising can be heard at a fair distance and provide a talented sniper an inviolable position of power. Have no fear though, a stealthy legend can still surprise anyone perched on high through a deployed zipline that takes you straight to the top. So I guess go to those at your own risk, and of course they're going to be loud. Most things in Apex are loud, but I really like in this picture of the towers that you can see all the water and how it kind of glistens and stuff. I just think it looks really pretty visually, and as a visual person it just looks really nice to me, and probably a place I'll go pretty often just to look at the water. There are also some new things called explosive holds, and from the description it says when the ship came crashing down, several mobile armories that were being stored in its cargo bay were lost and scattered around Kings Canyon. They have said though that the ears can be a little tricky to open, well, sort of, but you basically have to throw a frag, thermite or an arc star at the door, I guess, or somewhere around that, and it will open up this vault, I guess, and you'll have access to weapons, ammo and other valuable attachments as well. So I guess it's just all weapon based things and not shields and stuff. It probably will give away your position too, so I guess be careful if you are trying to do that. But with all of those areas, there are some other areas around the map that have been kind of obliterated as well. For example, the farm has now completely gone and there is no building anymore. It's just a grassy patch now. That place used to be so sweaty too, and there's actually a replicator there now. So the only downside to that is that there's no cover, or barely any cover at all, and you can't go underground anymore either, so be careful of your positioning when you are in this area. With all these new map changes, it does make it seem like Kings Canyon will be a lot bigger. I think this will help with Kings Canyon's third partying as well, since I feel like, for me anyway, third partying happens a lot in Kings Canyon and less often in World's Edge, probably because it's bigger, and hopefully this will help fix that issue and I guess help spread players more around the map evenly instead of having most people around one corner, because I find if you do go to the northern side of the map, then you are likely to last a bit longer, but then you barely see anyone because most people are by salvage and other places like that. So of course we have Fuse, who is the new legend this season, and we did get a look at some of his abilities, and his tactical does appear to be his arm thing, and I'm not entirely sure what that does as well from the trailer. It kind of seemed like it let out a cluster of grenades or cluster of something. I'm not sure what effect that has on players, but maybe it does damage, maybe it stuns, it does something. And we did see that he was also able to put an arc star in his arm and kind of shoot it out at someone as they were in the air. I'm not sure how different that would be to actually using an arc star by itself, or whether that's just a different animation for Fuse. As for his ultimate, we did see him use his launcher thing to fire out some projectile and it exploded and then put a lot of fire on the ground. The area in which that covers is a little small in my opinion, so I'm not sure how effective that would be, and I'm not sure if it just puts out a ring of fire or if it just puts fire in the whole area. I think it's cool overall, and I guess different from Bangalore's and Gibraltar's since they have a more wide range, but we did see 3 of his finishes as well, which looked really cool in my opinion, and I'm just really interested to see how he interacts with everyone as well. And there were also a few banner poses and things in the background of Fuse and some of the other legends who potentially have frames in the battle pass. But as for the battle pass, since we're on that topic now, it looks like Lifeline and Bangalore have new skins, and I really like them. I really like Bangalore's in particular, since Bangalore tends to not have such great skins, and especially when it comes to her hair, since she kind of looks like a Karen most of the time, but this time they gave her a really cool hairstyle which reflects her ethnicity and stuff, and I think it looks really cool. And the fact that she's in the military as well, so she's got her military badges and things, I think it reflects her really well. And with Lifeline, I really like her mask and the way that she looks in general. They're both very red too. But you can also see that Lifeline is holding a G7, which I assume will be in the Battle Pass, and then Bangalore is holding a Flatline, and that skin looks so cool. Probably a legendary skin. And then shortly afterwards we do see a longbow skin, and it is a reactive legendary skin, so we can only assume that this is the tier 100 or 110 weapon skin. And I did also notice possibly a new skin for Loba, so maybe that's in the battle pass as well. And her face makeup looks really pretty too, finally, since all the other ones kind of seemed a bit like clown makeup, no offense, but it looked like a better skin even if it is just a rare or an epic or whatever. But we also have a new weapon, of course, coming into Season 8, which is called the 3030 Repeater, and to me it kind of seems like a mix between the Sentinel, the Longbow and the G7. I think it would be a really cool weapon, and it does seem like it can charge up as well. It kind of looks like the Peacekeeper too, to be honest, visually at least. It does seem like it can charge up too, which is really cool for extra damage. Kind of seems like what a Sentinel does, or maybe something like the choke on a Peacekeeper or triple take. But it'd be really cool to use and see how that weapon changes up the meta, I guess, in the game. I'm really excited too. We do also have gold mags now, and when I first saw the description and it said that we're having gold mags, I was a bit concerned about it because I thought about the Spitfire and how it would be more OP on there. But in the trailer they do say it has the same capacity as a purple mag, but they just have a added bonus as well, which is a auto reloader perk, and I think it just reloads your weapon when you have it holstered. So in case you accidentally didn't reload your weapon before you holstered, then your weapon will be automatically reloaded for you. I can't wait to see the patch notes too and see how all the legends may have changed. I'm really hoping for a buff for Watson, since she really hasn't had a buff. I don't think, she just had nerfs and I feel like she's overdue a buff. I don't know. I think she needs something at least, even if it's small. But aside from that, I'm really excited for all the map changes and everything. Let me know your thoughts as well and what you think. But for now, I guess that's the end of the video, and I really appreciate you all so much again. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!